Waugh is appearing at this weekend's Eat Vancouver event, and this morning she's in our kitchen cooking Peach Chipotle Pork with asparagus. Stay with us. I can tell you that it smells absolutely incredible, doesn't it, on there?
It does. Delightful, and you'll be trying it when we return on CTV Morning Live. Welcome back to CTV Morning Live. Canada's largest consumer show, Eat Vancouver, is happening this weekend at BC Place. It's a food and cooking extravaganza featuring celebrity chefs, hundreds of exhibits, authors, retailers, artisans, and more. Annabelle Waugh, the food director of Canadian Living magazine, is one of the celebrity chefs being featured at the event, and she's with us this morning. Good morning, and nice to see you.
Nice to see you, too.
I was trying to figure out why I'm still waving this around like I'm a conductor or it's a magic wand.
You're just taking charge.
I'm taking charge, but actually you're in charge. Tell our viewers what we're making this morning.
We're making a Peach Chipotle Pork tenderloin with asparagus.
Nice.
So this is a great thing that you can make. Yeah, that's it. Over there is the finished product. This is the kind of thing that's great all summer long because there's nothing super seasonal. The asparagus you can change to another vegetable depending on what's in season. Okay.
And what about the pork? Is it specific to pork? Could you add chicken instead?
You could do a chicken, any meat you want. This glaze is really nice on chicken or pork.
Okay.
Ribs even would be great. So I'm going to start you on the glaze.
Yes, chef.
It's very easy.
This is the glaze.
So we have 1/3 of a cup of peach jam, and just put that right there in the saucepan. It's
1/3 of a cup of peach jam right here. I'm just showing
and then we also have, to thin it out and to add a little bit of tartness to balance it, we have 3 tablespoons of white wine vinegar. Are you all right there? Are you getting...
I'm absorbing the aroma of the peach jam. I'm feeling very peachy this morning.
So we have this. I'll turn it down a bit so we don't
You may want to take it down. Exactly.
We have the vinegar there. That's white wine vinegar.
And how many
That's 3 tablespoons. So you just put it right in.
Okay.
And then we have some garlic. Minced garlic. The amount is to your taste. I like 2 or 3 cloves.
You apparently want to spend this evening by yourself, not spreading the garlic aroma. No, that's good. So how many cloves did we just put?
2 or 3, depending on what you like. And those are chipotle peppers, which is a smoked jalapeno. They come in adobo sauce. I take the seeds out to make it a little milder.
Okay.
Because they can be quite hot.
Are they particularly spicy?
They are quite spicy.
So this amount is enough to...
You're going to feel it.
Okay.
It's not crazy, but you're going to feel it.
Now, you're the food director at Canadian Living magazine.
That's right.
What does a food director do?
Well, really, it's a fancy way of saying food editor. I'm just the section editor of the food section of Canadian Living.
That's what I thought. Someone owes me $3.
I like to feel important, so...
Yeah, we had a little wager in our production meeting. I said, I bet it's a fancy way of saying this.
It really is.
All right, so you moved on to the next stage.
Right, so you just stir that for 2 minutes until it's nice and melted and glazy.
Nice and glazy.
I have my pork tenderloin here, and I'm just putting a pinch each of salt and pepper over. Okay. And I have the finished glazed here.
What? You wait for this, young lady.
I cheated. So I'm going to pour, not quite all, I'm going to keep about 2 tablespoons back.
Okay. So cracked salt and pepper and the glaze on top of it. When this glaze is done, how long do you need to keep it? Do you keep it refrigerated before the night before?
You can make it right before. You could make it ahead if you want.
Okay.
It would last a good week in the fridge, no problem, maybe even 2 weeks.
Okay.
So I have a tabletop griddle here, just because we don't have a barbecue in here.
Not yet. We're working on it. Yeah.
But
once we get the retractable roof, like BC Place, where Eat Vancouver's happening.
So, but obviously this would be even better on the barbecue.
Okay.
But if you don't have one at home, you can easily do this, and actually I have a trick for that later. But we have our pork tenderloin all nice and coated. Okay. And I'm just going to lay that down. And this...
sorry, I was going to say, again, if you marinated that overnight, would that make a difference?
Oh, yeah. It would be even more flavorful. Okay. Now, the trick here, if you don't have a barbecue, is if you get one of these little disposable foil pans, you can just plop it over top, and that acts like a lid. And that's going to help it cook. And that takes about 18 minutes. You turn it every once in a while, and, you know, you want to get it on all sides.
So 18 minutes total? 18
minutes total.
Okay,
so you know, every 6 minutes or so.
Keep turning it. Okay, because it's important to note, as I was saying to you beforehand, I've been with people who've eaten pork that's been undercooked and they have not had a good evening. So that's one of those meats that you really have to pay close attention to, right?
It's true. I find people do more often they'll overcook pork.
Overcook it.
Yeah, because really you can have a hint of pink inside. 160 degrees Fahrenheit or 71 degrees Celsius is totally safe for pork. A hint of pink is fine. It's just anything. You don't want it medium rare. You don't want it bloody. But but you also don't want it gray.
Yeah, exactly. Now we move on to the asparagus. As we do that, talk to our viewers about what you look for when you're at the produce section in terms of getting good asparagus.
Well, I like the big chubby ones.
Okay. All right. Wow. You know, it's a morning show. So we got that. Okay. And then you cut them about here.
More flavorful.
And you cut them about
well,
sort of.
Actually,
midway.
you can tell when you can just snap the end off, and wherever it snaps, that's where it's ready to go.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
There you go.
So, and then we have the asparagus here. The thick ones I find are actually really a lot more flavorful than the little skinny ones.
So just next to the pork, you're just going to add that.
Yeah, and obviously I would get the pork pretty much done before I start the asparagus because
Sure.
the asparagus only takes a couple of minutes.
Right.
But I'll get this going because I've also cheated again and I have another pork that's already finished.
It's fine. It's
So
all
I'm just
good.
going to toss this in a little bit of olive oil, another pinch of salt and pepper.
And we were talking about the fact that some people undercook or overcook asparagus. What's your secret there?
Well, there's no real easy way to do it, and it totally depends on the thickness of the spears. So
Okay.
I'd say just keep testing it. You want it to be tender crisp because it will keep cooking after you take it off the grill.
Oh, good tip.
So that the residual heat will keep it going. So you don't really want it to be. I'd rather have it a little too crunchy than
A little
too
undercooked
soggy. Yeah.
because, as you say, it'll keep cooking.
Exactly.
Residual heat. I like that.
Residual heat.
That was the name of my band in high school, too. Okay, so there you go with that. As we have our dishes preparing simultaneously, talk a little bit about Eat Vancouver.
Eat Vancouver. So I'm super excited because this is the first time that I've ever done an Eat Vancouver before. And we're actually demonstrating this recipe as well as a couple of other grilled things and two amazing desserts that feature summer berries. So one is for right now because it's strawberries and strawberries are just coming into season.
Right.
And then we have one that uses frozen berries so you can make it any time of year, which
Excellent.
is kind of fun.
I like it. You're all year round. I like that.
I
with your
am an all
dishes.
year round kind of person.
Nicely done. All right, you keep cooking, I'll keep stirring, and we will tell you and ask you to stay with us. When we come back, we will, of course, do the fabulous taste test. And, oh, there's a little
finished
hint. There's a little hint right there. It's what we'll be trying way over there. We'll be back with more CTV Morning Live in just a moment. It's 11 degrees and 8:52. Welcome back to CTV Morning Live. Norma and Ann are ready to go as Mark and I stand by. We'll do the taste test in 1 second. Of course, Annabelle Waugh joining us from Canadian Living Magazine. Let's do a little reveal here because, again, to recap, we're using the unconventional grill, if you will, and you covered it up with one of these pans. And
You
just,
can trim the top for a drum roll, too. If you
It's not very exciting looking yet.
It's not very exciting. Would you turn it at this point,
Yeah,
though?
I would say because you can
There
see
you
it's a
go.
little,
Nice.
getting a little
Sorry.
bit brown. That's a nice golden color, and you want to just turn it every once in a while so it doesn't burn because there's a lot of sugar in that glaze.
Right, because of the glaze.
Yeah.
Did you like the stirring technique that I was using?
Loved
You were
it.
practicing.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing this morning. He kept doing this. We're wondering, why is he doing that?
I said to Annabelle she'd be a great babysitter. Just go stir on the stove. What were you going to say, Norma?
I wish we had Taste TV because the smell in here is just intoxicating.
Yeah.
It is so good, Annabelle.
Well, I'm glad you
Smell-o-vision may be
enjoy it.
coming
Yeah,
soon, right?
smell-o-vision.
All right, some
Taste
cutting
vision.
techniques
Right.
over here.
So you want to cut this across the grain, which with a pork tenderloin it's quite easy to do because the grain runs along the length of
You
it.
could turn it around, actually. Just show that to our camera there. Just
Where do we
turn
go?
it all the way around. Yeah,
Like
one
so.
more.
One more. Keep going. Keep going.
There you go. So there's the grain right there
Yeah,
you were talking
right
about.
there.
Okay, so,
So you want to make sure that you cut across that grain.
okay.
So on a diagonal is fine, and you can see this pork is nicely cooked. And nice and juicy too.
And again, as you said before, you can substitute any meat for it, right? Including...
Chicken would be great.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna slice a few so that you can all try it.
Okay.
And then you can
good.
just fan it out on the plate and then surround it with your asparagus over there. And it's so tasty. So we have some forks over there so everyone gets a try.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
Go ahead, huh?
All right, I'm going to have the sauce up
Oh, the
one
pressure's
right
on.
over here. Yes, there's no pressure. Don't
I'll
worry.
try the sauce up
Before
one as
you
well.
serve it, you can also take this glaze.
Oh, yeah, the extra glaze we left
extra
over.
glaze and do a
Right.
little
Right.
Oh, there you go.
drizzle over top.
Now, if I can
Very
ask, I
nice.
missed a little bit about the asparagus because I grill a lot of vegetables, especially in the summertime. So grilling them just the right way, how much?
I can answer this, Annabelle.
Please.
If I may.
Is it good?
Yeah, what you do is you let it cook to the point where it's still a little crunchy
Yeah.
because it has residual
Okay.
heat. And what it will do is it will keep cooking after you plate it. Annabelle?
He
You
gets an
passed
A.
the test.
He gets an A.
And ladies, how's the pork?
Delicious.
Is it
Outstanding.
good?
Yeah.
It's outstanding. Can I have two?
You can have as much as you
many
want.
as you
Yeah, as
want.
much as you want.
Whole tenderloin
We've got
here
all
ready
of our
to eat.
studio crew are standing behind there like salivating.
That's
They're
right.
waiting to come out.
Because they know I don't eat pork, so they're going like, I'm getting Dreesen's share, you know.
And my share because I don't eat it as well.
There we
Now,
go.
the recipe is available at ctvmorninglive.ca, and you will find Annabelle Waugh and other celebrity chefs at the Eat Vancouver event at BC Place this weekend. And again, for a link, go to ctvmorninglive.ca. Tomorrow, we have another Eat Vancouver celebrity chef joining us. David Rocco will join us to make tuna with carrot salad.
Wow, that sounds great.
Delicious.
You can come back for that.
Absolutely. Here's